Hey, I want to do a review on the Coleman 10x14 signature tent. It is the instant tent, just like the other instant tent that I've done a video on, which you can look at to see how we put it up and take it down. I just want to do a quick review on this as we picked this up this year because it has a screen top. Okay, so here's the tent from the front. It only has the one door. With the other instant tent you have the two. And you can see we have the two queen-size beds in here. And these are the arrow beds, which make it nice because they have a headboard. Pardon the mess, we have the grandkids on that one. We're just getting ready to break camp. So it fits the two queen-size beds. There's a difference between the older arrow bed, queen size, and the newer ones. The newer ones are a little bit shorter. I don't know if I'm going to like it. It's the one we have for the kids. We bought it for them. But personally, the arrow bed is the most comfortable from what we have found to date, and we have looked all over. One of the pluses that I like about this tent is the top. We had absolutely nothing as far as condensation or anything. And you can see it's a screen top. It's a screen mesh top, which is why this is the signature series, and it's a summer tent. It's definitely not a 3-season. It's supposed to hold up in the rain. We've seen some reviews where it doesn't hold up too good in the rain. Personally, I don't know. We had a little bit of rain, but not enough to even bother having it come in. So one of the reasons I like this tent over the top of the regular 10x14 instant tent is just because of the screen top. So I would buy this over that anytime, even though it's $150 more, almost double the price. It's a new tent for 2013, I think it was. It's the first time we had seen it. We saw it on Amazon, and we had to actually type in the Coleman 10x14 signature tent, 10x14 tent with canopy to have it come up, and it came up. I just kind of found it by luck, and I call it luck because I wouldn't get rid of this tent now. The T-door, I'd like to have a D-door on the side, would make it better. As far as pockets and pouches, there's only 2 pouches, one on each side in the middle of the tent, where they should have a pouch below each one of these windows. Especially when we have the queen-size bed, one in here turned the other way, and down at the other end and have chairs down here at this end instead of 2 beds. So what we did when we put it up is I went ahead and took the canopy and put it on while we still had the tent down in the position where you have all the legs folded out, but not extended up in the air, so that way we were just able to lay the canopy over when it's 3 feet tall. When we pushed it on up, it took it up to full height. And here's a shot of the instant tent with the queen size bed going the other way. There's plenty of room, and you got 5 feet, close to 6 feet of floor space in front of it with a bed all the way up at the other end. You got room for a couple small, nightstands. And once again, you got your roof, and you can pop the top off halfway, you can pop it off the whole way. And like I said, the only thing I don't like about it, basically, is you have that one pocket on one side, and that pocket there. I think they should have had pockets centered under each window, or at least maybe on this front one, put one on each end of that window, one over here, a pocket on both sides, and then, in the middle of these other windows, on the back ones. On the front ones, because they're full-size screen, no windows at all. No pouches or baskets are needed at all. And a couple hooks on the inside up in the corners, would have been nice, because there's no corners, nothing. The only place you can hang anything is from the center where they have that one piece there, and that's it. Just this one little eyelet you can hang a light from. And when you have a 10x14 tent, it would be nice to have a eyelet out here, in front of these front windows, so that you don't have to get on the bed to turn the light on, if you're a shorter person with a queen-size bed, The ventilation in here is so nice with the screened roof, which is why we went to the screened roof, because when we're camping down at our gold mine in the summertime and it's 100 degrees outside, or 100 degrees at night maybe, goes down to 80, we want to have that full ventilation. Unless we're going to put an air conditioner in, which I've never done. Because we're by the river, it doesn't usually get that warm. It's down to where you're just using a sheet and that's it. But the screened roof, you know, which is why we bought this instant tent, is irreplaceable, and I would never go back to anything without a screened roof after the last 3 nights sleep, even though it was cold outside. It stayed plenty warm in here. I brought the Mr. Heater, the big one, and we never even used it. Once we got in here, got it closed up, it was good enough. I'm talking to the camera. Come look. I'll show you. Come here. See, look. Come here. See, there you are. It's my granddaughter, Leilani. And, yeah, see, you're right there on camera.
Hello.
Say hello.
Hello.
Hi, all you YouTube fans. Say that. Hi, all you YouTube fans.
I didn't know how to say that.
You don't know how to say hi, all you YouTube fans? Not at all. Who am I?
Grandpa Reed.
Grandpa Reed, that's right.
But I only call you Grandpa.
That's right, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
Me too.
All right. So we're on camera. And you're going to be famous. Because you'll be on YouTube.
Not
Take care. All right, girl, go on. We're good. Yep. See, I turn it so you can see yourself. Pretty funny, huh?
Very cool.
Yep. There. See, I can bring it down a little bit.
Look at my eye.
Yeah. See your eye?
Mm-hmm. Look at my face.
How old are you?
5.
That's right. 5 years old.
I'm there every time. Is the camera still on?
Mm-hmm. It's just doing its own thing. It's just sitting there. Camera just kind of goes its own way.
How do you put this thing up and down?
I'll show you. Well, we're going to turn this off though first. You don't have to have the zippers undone on this tent because it's got the air in the top. So we always zip it all the way up to get the tent right when we put it back up. That way, when the zippers are zipped here on the front door, you don't stretch it too wide, and your door always fits, and you can still stretch it tight. You can see we have the whole tent stretched out pretty good. So the tent's empty and ready to be taken down. Yeah, the T-door is kind of a pain. I really like the D-door better. So it would be nice to have a D-door, or where these 2 side windows are, right here. Maybe have a D-door in both sides and get rid of the T-door. You know, I mean, it's nice to be able to take your stuff in and out that big door, though. It really is, especially the big beds. But when it comes right down to it, that's just not my favorite door. The D-style door I just see on a lot of the other tents. Even Coleman has the D-door with the Velcro on it that opens and closes. Is easy for the kids, but the kids did fine with this one too. You'd think maybe it wasn't fine, but it was. It worked out just fine. So this is the point. This is the point we had it at when we put the tarp on the top. The cover that comes with it. Actually, the front side here was up, folded out, but I'm taking it down alone, so you know, it's instant 10 for a couple people. Well, it can be an instant 10 minutes for me if I feel like it or whatever. The other thing I do is here at the front of the tent, the front door, is I put an arrow facing to the front door so I know which way to face the tent when I'm putting it up, because those tags on top usually aren't going the right way. And this is my door, so. So that's how easy it is to take down. Putting it up, just the opposite. I did it myself. You know, it's no problem for me to do it alone. And she sweeps off the tarps and keeps it all clean, and that way we're working out good and we're working together. I mean, she could have helped me, she offered, but for the video I just want to do it alone, you know. Just for you guys to see, it's a one-man instant 10. It takes one person to put up, one person to take down, and with me, I had that car accident back in September 5th, 2013. My back still really hurts. I still got this huge hole in my chest where my rib cage used to be from the seatbelt when it just tore my ribs out. And so even with pain, I can do it alone. The only difference is between me and maybe you or somebody who's 20 years old or 30 years old in good shape is that it takes me longer. But I expect that, you know, at 55 years old, I can live with that, you know. So this is our second time out with this tent, and still the door is just a pain in the butt. The T-door, it should have a D-style door in there. That's the only complaint that I got. It's a nice tent. I still wouldn't trade it in because it's got the soft top, the mesh top, so it doesn't sweat, even though it was really, really moist last night, because here in California we get, you know, a really, really thick morning dew, you know, and it never rains in California. We just get the dew and the sunshine, you know, 75 degrees. Yeah, it's your everyday California weather. Nothing ever changes here. But the cloth top, I folded it back halfway, and it works really good.
Yeah, that top is really cool.
So I just unhook it on the one side and get it started off this. Just go ahead and walk it back to the back. Pull too hard. Then we just snap it back in place, and we open it up halfway. It's actually really nice. And so we had it set up just for Karen and I with the queen size bed. And as you can see, it's just spacious living, and it's really nice with a half top. I mean, we got the rocking chair in here on this half, and another chair on the other side. You can do whatever you want. We got plenty of room to walk in and get on either side. The only thing is this door is just a pain. There is a stake holder in the bottom to hold the bottom down to make it easier to unzip. Well, for me, because I have problems bending over and staying down that long because of the accident we were in, I found it's easier to leave that undone, is lift the bottom of the tent up and unzip it that way, you know, from the bottom. I actually just lift it up, you know, a foot, and then I can unzip it from there. but that's because this, you know, T-door is a pain in the butt. But that's the only drawback, is the T-door. Everything else is just wonderful. I mean, it's, you know, a minute tent, something like a minute, 5 minutes, and you're done. And if I'm kicking back here on the bed, you know, you got the windows open, so you got a full view all the way out. And then we have the half top. We could take it all the way off, but this way with the half top, you still get shade where your head is on the bed. So opening up halfway and snapping it down works really good. There it is with it folded back over halfway. And we just leave the snap right there. And we have the outside over the top of the inside and just snapped down here, so it's not going to go anywhere. Just a nice little house out in the woods. Plenty of room. And you notice there's no clutter in here, because with the queen size bed we got with the headboard, what we did is all the stuff bags for the blankets and sheets and for the bed and everything, it's all at the head of the bed in the front, because you got a little bit of an angle on the walls, and on that front wall back here there's enough room back in there to put all your stuff bags in up ahead of the bed. And when you slide the bed up against the wall where the headboard is almost hitting the wall, everything's hidden from view. And it's a nice clean tent, very clean tent. This is our review for the Coleman Signature Series 10x14 quick tent. This is our second time out with it, and we both agree, everybody agrees, that the T-door is the only drawback. They should have put a D-door in on the other side like they have with a regular 10x14 tent. The other thing we notice is with the white interior, it's great for letting the sun in, but it's not great for keeping the sun out or the sunrise like the regular 10x14 brown one keeps the sun out. When you're waking up in the morning, you're not waking up to the sun in your face. With this one here, with the top on, and because we're underneath the trees, we're not going to have the sun in our face anyway. But in a lot of places, if you were unprotected, you don't want to put a canopy over the top of it, even again, a tarp to keep the sun from coming in the morning if you're trying to sleep past sunrise, which is something we don't usually do. We're all usually up between 6 and 8, depending on, you know, the time of year and so on. So yeah, for our second time out, this worked out really good. For me, you just can't beat it, that you can put it up in 5 to 10 minutes. Just lift the poles and it's up, and taking it down is just that easy. It fits the two of us just fine with a one queen size bed also. I mean, it's luxury for 2 people with a queen size bed. As you can see, it's just like having a small bedroom. And we're just breaking camp today. We just set it up and spent 2 nights here, and it was just nothing but peaceful. You can sit here and look at the stars at night, you know, then close it up before the dew comes out. Hey, I want to do a review on the Coleman 10x14 Signature tent. It is the instant tent, just like the other instant tent that I've done a video on, which you can look at to see how we put it up and take it down. I just want to do a quick review on this as we picked this up this year, because it has a screen top. Okay, so here's the tent from the front. It only has the 1 door. With the other instant tent you have the 2. And you can see we have the 2 queen size beds in here. And these are the arrow beds, which make it nice because they have a headboard. Pardon the mess, we have the grandkids on that one. We're just getting ready to break camp. So it fits the 2 queen size beds. There's a difference between the older arrow bed, queen size, and the newer ones. The newer ones are a little bit shorter. I don't know if I'm going to like it. It's the one we have for the kids. We bought it for them. But personally, the arrow bed is the most comfortable from what we have found to date, and we have looked all over. One of the pluses that I like about this tent is the top. We had absolutely nothing as far as as far as condensation or anything.
So the sun's still there, but our post office box is in
And you can see it's a screen top, it's a screen mesh top, which is why this is the signature series, and it's a summer tent. It's definitely not a 3-season. It's supposed to hold up in the rain. We've seen some reviews where it doesn't hold up too good in the rain. Personally, I don't know. We had a little bit of rain, but not enough to even bother having it come in. So one of the reasons I like this tent over the top of the regular 10x14 instant tent